So chat, before we get into this video, I just want to thank this guy Taylor Green. He makes some of the best videos ever. These are some of the most watchable, reactable videos ever. So chat, huge shout out to Taylor Green. A bunch of my good performing videos were videos where I reacted to some of his. So chat, full credit to Taylor Green. Go subscribe to him if you like this video. Let's react to this. I Got Pet Piranhas by Taylor Green. This is gonna be a banger, because all Taylor Green's videos are actually like the best videos ever. Chat, lock in.
We've all seen piranhas in movies depicted as these crazy, evil fish that will eat anything they lay their eyes on. But despite how deadly they're made out to be, for some reason, you can legally buy them to keep as a pet.
So I'm gonna buy 6 piranhas, build them a home, and test to see if they're actually—
But what with it? This guy always has, he must have some like black market website where he just buys stuff from. It's crazy. You're welcome for suggesting Taylor Green that one day? Yes, bro. I gotta slow down on the Taylor Green, because like, I gotta make Taylor Green like a treat for you guys. Taylor Green is the best, though.
as vicious as the movies made them out to be. Meaning, yes, I will be putting my hand inside of their tank. What could go wrong? Let's just buy this thing.
And so literally the next day, the delivery van dropped off the package that supposedly had the cold-blooded killing piranhas.
That was fast. I'm hoping all these guys survived the shipping, since as you can see, it's pretty cold out. But anyways, let's get these inside.
So I got out this 20-gallon tank I had laying around and filled it up with some cycled water. Then I cut open the tape on the box
He only added the water instead of the tank after he got the piranhas?
that had the piranhas
How are they in a box? How did they survive that in a box?
inside.
Oh shoot, bro. There is literally piranhas right under my hand. Let me take this bag out. And I cannot
they're in the
believe I'm gonna
bag?
be keeping these as pets. What the heck?
Thankfully, every single piranha had survived the shipping, so I put all
They're pretty big.
6 of them into the tank. But when I put them in, I realized they were barely moving and definitely
So I think piranhas kind of look cool. I feel like if I saw these, I wouldn't think piranhas.
not acting like normal vicious piranhas.
And look, I can literally drop a cricket into the water, and usually they would go crazy immediately eating that up, but check it out.
These don't, maybe, did he get fake piranhas? These don't look, these aren't acting like piranhas.
No reaction at all.
You see, the reason they're not moving is because they need a way bigger tank with all the right stuff inside.
Oh.
So I got out a new tank and filled it with 100
Bro, he messed up like twice. He is not ready for these.
pounds of sand. We gotta do this because, of course, the first step is creating the floor and decorations. To continue this process, I started to use these sort of thin sticks and use a hot glue gun to hang them from the top of the enclosure. You see, these piranhas that I bought are red-bellied piranhas, which are supposedly the most vicious species, and they live in the Amazon River where there's all these roots and stuff hanging in the water, so that's what I'm trying to recreate in here with this. Anyways, next up, it was time to use even more wood. You see, this time I want to stack up some thicker wood to make it look like a massive tree trunk as
That looks like real wood. This looks, you can tell that's fake. That's like
growing from
plastic.
out of the water. So I actually took the wood
What if Ben gets copyrighted? Who's gonna copyright me?
out and used some water-safe spray foam to connect all the pieces together with some
If I
branches.
get copyrighted, I'll ask him to take it down. I'll take down my video even, if they want me to.
Just coming off of them.
And then once all
Most people don't copyright people though, because like, if Taylor Green copyrights me, then I'll be like, Taylor Green, I'm sorry, I'll stop reacting to your stuff if you could take down the copyright thing. But I feel like I'm pretty transformative with the videos I react to.
the spray foam and stuff on it has dried, we just plop it in there like that, and boom, there we go. Check it out. You can even see the roots and stuff. It's pretty cool. It looks like a tree, but there's still a bit more decorations we have to put inside of here.
First of all, you guessed it, just some more wood randomly scattered around, but then some rocks because pretty much
I'm sure he never seen you though. Yeah.
every Amazon riverbed has them.
And I usually at all the people. I do like credit and then I at them in the description. So he might have seen me.
And finally,
It's possible.
some pebbles like this, which I dropped around the enclosure, and some even tinier little pebbles, which I also dropped around the enclosure, which makes the sand across the whole thing look a little more realistic.
Well, I'd say this is a pretty good start to the base of the tank, but now it's time for the fun part. Let's go get some aquatic plants for this. Okay, I'm at Petco, and I'm not gonna lie, the aquatic plant section is looking a little lousy today. Pretty much all these plants are like dead. Bro, no way I'm paying $10 for a dead stick with a little leaf. But let's buy all the ones here that are alive like this.
So I picked out all
Is that alive? It's sometimes it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when you see stuff like this. It's gonna be best day if Ben and Taylor Green collabed. Yo, I should actually chat. I should send him an email, see if I can get him on my podcast. That would actually be fire.
Good plants, and even found
I'm still just waiting to see if I can get a big name on my podcast, and then I'll start doing that.
on this little cool vine one, which of course I had to get to. So I drove home and got all the plants out.
Oh man, this is already the most plants I've gotten for a video, and that's not even including this big bag of leftover plants Petco had.
Anyways, I went and put each of the plants in the sand across the tank and filled it up with a bit of water. That way the roots of the plants could stay nice and moist while we continued building.
Oh, and I almost forgot the most important part, this vine thing. Let's just put this across the branches like that, and oh yeah, check it out. It looks like a vine.
Well, next up, as you can
This is so much stuff. This almost looks like too much.
see, I've left this
He spends hundreds of dollars on plants. Yeah, but he probably uses some of them. Like those, the Venus flytraps he has, he uses those in like multiple videos and stuff.
little
Probably plants like these though, yeah. I feel like he probably doesn't reuse them.
area here empty. That's because I want to build a graveyard here with a ton of skulls and stuff because apparently piranhas are deadly. So I drove out to buy some.
Okay, I'm at.
He probably does. He spends so much money on props and stuff for the animals, cause he does do a good job of making a good habitat for the animals. And his videos are short. Normally, people that spend a lot of money on their videos make them really long. But I feel like he has pretty digestible videos.
PetSmart first, and I found this skull decoration, so I'm gonna get that. Ooh, and they got a tiny little animal skull. I'm definitely gonna get that too.
So I bought those and a couple more decorations with skeletons on them. Then after getting home,
It's gonna get so cluttered.
I put some of the larger skulls around in the sand.
I like this skull right here.
I even replaced some of the rocks in the back
W skull in the chat.
with them so this place would look extra spooky.
Then with these tiny little skull beads, I'm gonna go and plant them around in the sand, just like that. Then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of sand on top so it looks like they've been buried. And there we go, check the graveyard out. It actually looks pretty good. Bunch of skulls on the floor, all those other big skulls. Yeah, I like it.
And now finally, to finish this tank, we gotta do the DIY technologies. And for the first one, I have one of my coolest ideas ever, but I had to go buy more stuff at the store.
All right, it's been a
How
while.
does it feel sitting at a PC knowing people are watching everything you're doing? Well, I never thought about it until now.
Since I went to Walmart in a video.
There's only like 3 people watching. When it's a lot though, it's a little weird.
You guys were kind of getting mad at me in the comments, so I'm sorry. I'm returning to my basics, don't worry. And the reason I'm at Walmart is because I gotta get a bunch of food that the piranhas are gonna like.
So I got some beef, sardines, tuna, and bone broth, and also got this tiny little blender. After
I
driving
feel like broth probably isn't a good idea. Because it's gonna mix with the water.
home, I threw all that
And
food
then you're gonna be breathing it in.
I just bought into the blender and blended it up. After it was done, as you can see, it turned into this nasty liquid stuff.
Whoa. That looks like wet cat food, but more wet.
Anyways, I sucked the liquid
More
up
of a liquid.
to the syringe thing and brought it over to the tank.
Okay, this might seem kind of complex, but it's actually genius. You see, I can basically squirt some of this around in the water, and it just spreads the scent around. And what I'm gonna do is attach it to the side of the
Spreads the
enclosure,
scent
and whenever I
around?
want to get the piranhas mad and in hunting mode, I just squirt a little bit of this out the end, and it'll make them go absolutely crazy.
So I attached that to the side of the tank with some glue, and then it was done. And now the next technology is these 2 water pumps and some bubble walls that I started to set up across the whole back of the tank. You see, right now, this stuff does nothing. But once I fill up the entire tank with some cycled water, which took a long time because of how big it was, check out what it can do.
All right, now if I go and plug in these pumps, as you can see, it starts to make bubbles at the back of the enclosure. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But basically, this little
That's
air
cool.
pump just blows air into this tube, which goes into there. But what I could actually do is unattach that and just blow into this myself to make bubbles.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a lot less. It's probably only 1 bubble too. Oh no! Okay, I stand corrected.
That was cool. Anyways, the last technology is this little fish. I'm just kidding. I've actually already shown this in a video before. So what I've got is the upgraded version. Yeah, this one's way bigger and way cooler. Which, as you can see,
Well,
if I
that's gonna be dangerous. That's like the size of one of the piranhas.
go and put it in the water like this, it starts to swim around like a normal fish.
And yeah, I just think it'd be funny if I maybe tested the piranhas to see if they try to eat it or something. Anyways, this tank is now complete. And speaking of the piranhas, it's time to get them inside.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best to not get bit here. Oh, no.
So I grabbed the temporary tank they were in and brought it over to their new home so I could scoop them out.
Okay, they definitely look more aggressive than the first time I did this.
When did he have that like skull thing in there?
But I'm just gonna carefully scoop
That's the best one yet, but that's terrifying.
one guy out just like that. Oh shoot, he's mad, but I'm just gonna put him into the new tank, and there you go. Be free, my friend. New home.
So I did that same process with the other 5, and there we go. The piranhas were in their new home. And as you could guess, immediately they packed up, like piranhas do, and looked as though they were already on the hunt for food once again.
Well, these piranhas look pretty hungry, I'm not gonna lie, or maybe
What do you mean once again? Did he feed them at all?
piranhas are just always hungry. So now I'm gonna feed them the first of 5 different food sources to see which they like the most.
Well, didn't he have that one mixture of stuff? Is he not gonna feed them that?
The first of which being mealworms.
And before feeding them the mealworms, if you remember, I had this pipe.
Yo, are those alive? Those are actually, Chad, those are like the worst bug ever.
With the delicious juice inside, which I went and squirted inside to let the piranhas know it was feeding time. And as you could guess, they
Oh, okay, that's what that's for.
immediately started to go up and eat it, which kind of made a mess, but yeah, they were loving it.
Oh my gosh, do you see that? They're all gathering around a little
Does he have a cleaner in
area
there?
where I just put it in.
So now that they were ready, I dropped in the mealworms and one started to sink down.
Oh, wait, those are alive? He literally let those crawl on his hand.
2 of the piranhas noticed it and kind of took nibbles at it, but they were kind of just playing around with it more than they were actually eating it. And that same thing kept happening with most of mealworms, but that
Well, maybe they're not that hungry.
was until I saw this, where 3 of them took turns devouring it up, and yeah, this one actually got eaten.
Okay, well, mealworms, I'm gonna give about like a 2 out of 10 on how much the piranhas like them.
But as you can see, second on the list, we're gonna be feeding them crickets.
Now, if you remember,
Okay, crickets aren't too bad. Mealworms are nasty though.
at the start, the piranhas wanted nothing to do with the crickets. But let's see how they'll react now that they're in this new tank.
So I dropped in just one, and because it was just floating
Well, they were also on the top, and the piranhas were at the very bottom.
there, I grabbed it with tweezers to show the piranhas. Instantly, you could see they picked up the memo that this was alive, and they sort of started to nibble it like the mealworms. But not even a single piranha actually took a big enough bite to eat this cricket.
Okay, that was pretty bad. The crickets, I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10 because the mealworms, they at least did eat some of them. I guess these piranhas just don't really like insects, so that's why I'm gonna rapid fire the next 2 off. Here you can see I've got salmon and ground beef, which is a lot more smelly. They better like this.
I started by waving the salmon around in the water until the piranhas noticed it, and once a few started to come up
Well, that looks good.
and nibble it, I accidentally
What kind of salmon is that? That looks like high-grade salmon.
dropped it into the sand where all the rest of the piranhas came swimming up. They huddled around it like a pack of hyenas and started to actually take little chunks out of the piece for them to eat. So I did the same thing with the ground beef and held it in the water. And this time the piranhas were even more interested, and instantly the entire pack huddled around it and
Dang, I thought they'd like the salmon more. I would take the salmon over the raw beef.
took turns taking their bites out of it. I even noticed that the scraps of it had fallen onto the floor and were getting surrounded by the piranhas too.
Well, dang, I'm gonna give the salmon an 8 out of 10 and the ground beef a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, they loved that so much, but that doesn't mean I gotta do my hand
He's gonna put his hand.
now. I said I would do it in the intro, so, you know, let's just do it. 3.
I feel like they're not gonna take it unless it has an open wound, cause they can't even fit it in their mouth. Like they ate the mealworms because they could fit the mealworms in their mouth, and the other things they could take pieces off. I guess they could take pieces off his hand, but like crickets, you can't really take a piece off. You have to eat the whole thing. But the cricket's like bigger than their mouth, so
2, 1. Let's go.
I think they're not
Start the
gonna take
timer.
it.
Let's see how long I can keep it in here.
Right away, nothing really happened because none of the piranhas were near my hand. But I knew this was kind of cheating, so I moved my hand closer, where right away, one sort of noticed me and actually started to
he's literally moving his hand back.
chase my hand as I moved it away to avoid getting bit. So of course, I moved my hand back over to the pack, where some of them definitely got sort of close to biting me, but they were nowhere near as aggressive as they were towards the beef. You see, it's actually a common misconception that piranhas are evil towards humans like all the movies say.
But to be honest, if you're a viewer watching this, I would not personally test it. I'm just crazy, so please subscribe for risking my hand for this content.
Yeah, chat. He's a trained professional. Did not attempt. Chat. Go subscribe to Taylor Green, and if you liked my commentary over it, like, subscribe, join the Discord. Okay.